Arsenal set to try and hijack the Dovbyk deal. We're looking at Chelsea's pursuit of strikers with Duran on the edge of being complete, but the brilliant striker Guirassy now being linked to them and Arsenal. And the bid was in. A big bid from a Champions League, Premier League team for man like Leny, with Real Madrid leading that race. Was it accepted? Was it rejected? We're going to delve into all of that on the Done Deal show this morning. Hit the like and the share button. Let's go. Fabrizio Romano states that Chelsea are expected to make a decision soon on the Duran situation after talks with Aston Villa over a swap deal. Chelsea are also considering other options for a new striker. And this is such interesting news. And I'll tell you why it's interesting, because we know they wanted Šeško, the same as Arsenal, the same as Manchester United. That deal can no longer happen. That's it. Point blank. Finished. Can't happen. I think the Duran deal was really divided in multiple sections, the Chelsea fan base up. Some see it as raw talent that could develop into a player. Others really not impressed. And I think that is fair to say. It sounds like they're almost at a point where all parties are happy with the situation. Duran, would he do in Chelsea? Absolutely. Of course he would. Without hesitation in any capacity, he would sign up. He would become a Chelsea player. But what's really interesting is a story that has emerged that Simon Phillips first shared here that says Chelsea have joined the race for Stuttgart striker Guirassy, who is available for a fee between 15 to 17 million. It would be a much lower risk and a better move. That was Simon Phillips' opinion. It has also been reported in the Evening Standard that Chelsea and Arsenal are keen on Guirassy. The 30-goal Guirassy scored for Stuttgart last season have made him hot property in the transfer market, and he's at a bargain price of 17 million, makes him an absolute snip, with the German publication been naming 4 clubs that are most likely for his destination for the player, with Arsenal, Chelsea, Dortmund, and AC Milan pushing hard to sign him. And what I find really interesting, look, again, I didn't know much about this player until this season. I'm sure many of you hadn't really heard too much about him, unless you are a regular consumer of German football. He had a very, very good season. I think he's a better football player than Duran. I'm going to put that out there now from a Chelsea aspect. I'm a little worried that it was a bit of a one-season wonder in terms of the level that he got to last year, the amount of goals that he scored. Is he going to be able to replicate that? I have that worry. However, at 15 to 17 million pounds in 2024, that is a ridiculously cheap deal. It is exceedingly low risk. And if it pays off and he comes in and he does score for Chelsea, if he does score for Arsenal at the level that he demonstrated in Germany last season, you are talking about an absolutely serious football player. I just don't think you can deny that in any way, shape, or form. You're looking at somebody with serious goal-scoring ability if he's able to do that. I'm just looking at, also, I like his age, 28 years of age. I think that's just such a, when I look at Chelsea, I just think they almost need someone of that ilk. Now, just to give you an idea about his goal scoring, in the previous campaign, he played 28 games for Stuttgart and scored 14 goals. So if I'm being really fair, it's not as though he was a nothing goal scorer before it. Even if you spent 15 to 17 million pounds on a player that popped up with 10 to 15 goals for you a season, it's still worth the investment, in my humble opinion. I still think it is. Still think it's worth it. So, look, if Chelsea and Arsenal are really in for him, I think it's a decent bit of business. I'm going to be fair. How often did I watch him play last year? 7 or 8 games. The one thing I would say is I'd have to do more research into it, is looking at how many games that he does play. Only once in his entire career has he played more than 30 league games in a season. In fact, what I'm going to do while I'm recording this is just go and check now his injury record, because that may be the only thing that you sort of look at and go, yeah, that's a bit sketchy. I only just noticed that when looking at everything else. But let's look at his injury history. Oh, yeah, there's a few on there. Like, he had 3 injuries last season, none of them for very long, but he definitely had 3 injuries. He has had some prolonged time out, to be fair. There's lots of 50, 40, 60, 80 days missed through various, a few of them are colds and stuff, it says on here. So maybe that's something to consider. But £70 million, it could be a worthwhile investment. Let me know your thoughts. Now, going back to North London, this story here claims that Arsenal are ready to ambush the Dovbyk race. It says Arsenal will join the race for the Girona striker Dovbyk. Last season, the top goal scorer in the Liga has already been the subject of bids from Atletico, Madrid, and Napoli. But Girona are holding out for the player's release clause of £33 million to be paid in full. So for Ati and Napoli, they have fallen short of that figure, but the Gunners are prepared to end the race by coughing up. Now, what's interesting, that's coming out of a paper that's based in Girona. Again, this is another player who, for £33 million, I think it's low risk. For £33 million, I don't understand. 26 years of age. Is that a risk? Is that a crazy risk? I don't think it is. Looking now at his goal scorer with 24 goals last season in 36 games. In the previous campaign, obviously playing in the Ukrainian Premier League, 24 goals. The year before that, 14 goals. He really started to come into his own. If they were asking for 80, 90 million, then yeah, it's a little bit of a risk for a player. I know he's great at Girona, and it's 1 year at the highest level that he's delivered in. And we have seen players before come in, score lots of goals year 1, and maybe tail off year 2. But at £33 million, I feel like it's worth the risk. Gooners, you may see it differently. He's a player, to be fair, that a lot of the Terrace community has sat there and said on shows, why is nobody really showing an interest in him? So, look, I'd love to get your thoughts. I'd love to get your feelings on that. Now, as you all know, we are currently sponsored by our friends at StocksFC. StocksFC is an amazing new platform that enables you to actually invest into the players in the Premier League that you rate. You can sign up now for free by scanning the QR code, and you will get 5 free players if you use my exclusive link in the description below, or if you use the QR code on the screen in front of you. But I can log in here and show you the platform as it logs in. There's a new IPO that's out today. It is Trent Alexander-Arnold, and there's 100,000 shares available in him. Whatever doesn't sell in the next week, that's it. They'll never add more. They'll never add more stocks to the mix, as it were, and they will just keep it as you see. And then it's about the users buying and selling to each other. But what you do get the opportunity to do is win money on the stocks you have via the rewards. And to give you an idea on these rewards, I can show you here on this list. This shows you the players that get the most sellers here. $26,000 in rewards to the people that bought shares in his IPO all those months ago. Bruno Fernandes, 15,000 as an example. You got Van Dijk, 11,000. So I'm actually now, you can see I'm going to go in there now and I'm going to buy some in Trent Alexander-Arnold. Why would I not? I'm going to go in there and buy myself. I'm going to buy 10 of those bad boys. I'm going to confirm and get that done. Boom. There you go. Order successful. So that will be done. You can see my order there that has come up. I've gone and bought a few stocks in him. I'll show you. I've got a very small portfolio at the moment. I bought some in Canate. I've got some in Adam Wharton. I bought some in Branthwaite. So I'm going more for the brand new IPOs that come out. That is going to be my methodology. That is going to be my approach to these individuals to see what I can do. They haven't started earning rewards yet because obviously they haven't played any games since I bought them. But I'm very, very excited about this indeed. And remember, everybody who scans my QR code and just signs up to an account will go into a draw to win a signed ball by Trent Alexander-Arnold himself. Liverpool have had their opening bid of £42 million for the Lille defender Leny Yoro rejected. The 18-year-old centre-back will not sign a new contract ahead of his existing deal that expires in 2025. Lille are happy to cash in, and the Athletic report that Real Madrid are strongly expected to land him either this summer or as a free agent next year. But Liverpool, according to reports in Spain, have made their move. Now, we saw this report in the British mainstream media just yesterday that a Premier League club had a bid rejected. The Spanish outlets are now saying it's Liverpool that have made the approach, where the UK media was alluding more to it being Manchester United. But every single outlet is still resolute. Every single outlet is still being very, very forthright in that they believe and that they feel that Real Madrid leading the race. It's Real Madrid that are going to get him. What do you all think and feel? I want to get your views and I want to get your opinions on this. Can one of the big English giants pull off a coup here and take this exceedingly talented? The ceiling is so high, the ability is so amazing. Can they take him away from Real Madrid? I'm someone that always states in transfers, never say never. This doesn't feel as inevitable as Mbappe to Real Madrid. Even though, of course, it's going to be an attractive place for him to go. There's a huge French connection at the club already. They're one of the best teams in the world, 15 times Champions League winners. Liverpool, of course, giant club. Man United in transition, in a rebuild at the moment, so maybe not quite as attractive, but potentially more playing time at one of these other clubs could be something to turn Leny's head. But I want to get your thoughts and I want to get your feelings on that in the comments section below. As ever, I want to thank you for tuning in. It's always humbling. Go and check out StocksFC. Just go check the website out. Go and have a read about it. As I say, it's a really interesting platform. And whenever we partner with anybody, it's always a product that I'm going to personally use. It's never something that I'm going to not participate in myself. And I love this. And what I love in this is the control that we, the users, have. So if there's only 500 stocks in a player sold, that's the only stocks that will be there. And if you own them, they're the only person that's ever going to have those stocks. No one else can ever take them unless they're willing to buy them off you for the price that you set. So the prices are not set by the platform. They can't pump loads of new stocks in to increase valuation or lower valuation. They can't manipulate it in any way. It's a really, really interesting platform. So look, first things first, go and research it. Go on the website, go check it out. See if it's something you are personally interested in. If it's not for you, it's not for you. But you might really enjoy it. And of course, I'm saying to people, look, everyone gives it the big one about the players they rate. Well, this is an opportunity to put your money where your mouth is. If you really believe in your football eye, if your eye test really works, you should be able to make some serious money. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. And I'll see you all again soon. Peace.